First of all, I want to thank you all for coming. It feels a little funny to thank you because I know you're here because of your personal reasons for knowing Grace and being inspired by her, as we all have been. But I want to thank you anyway for taking the time to come, and of course to thank the people who are making the program possible, our poets and musicians who will be, throughout the program, giving us some words and thoughts of Grace Paley and some of their own.
That's my old man across the yard. He's talking to the meter reader. He's telling him the world's sad story, how electricity is oil or uranium and so forth. I tell my grandson, run over to your grandpa. Ask him to sit beside me for a minute. I am suddenly exhausted by my desire to kiss his sweet, explaining lips.
For Grace Paley, she is the imagination of all the women Bellows and Malamud left behind, all the stories and poems that never left us behind. Grace lived her life like the Bronx, Yiddish spring, simmering summers, the lilt and laughter of rivers of language. She lived her life like Vermont. Maples blazing, blizzards thrilling, her loudest voice thriving. She gave us a new myth. On her way skyward, Grace split the air over Vermont Yankee, and the water tower wall came tumbling down. She invented fire and called it the wheel. She is the refusal to deny, to bend to deceit, walking through the village arm in arm with a woman. They became cordial creatures, created family and communities. Grace is the woman walking under trees, searching for a wild thing, a bird, a sweet moment, cogent and cognizant. Her words dance and wake us from dreams of verbs, modifiers crackling all around, begging the young to live, no matter what.
I'm Jody Gladding. I think a flower got left out of this poem, so I'm going to add it. St. John's wort, it must be summertime. Buttercup, gone. Hawkweed, gone. Black-eyed Susan, before you know it, Queen Anne's lace, goldenrod, New England aster, and that will be that.
She envisioned a world without misogyny, a world without bombs, a world with equality. Is there a difference between men and women? Oh, the slave trade, the arms trade, death on the high seas, massacre in the villages, trade in the markets, melons, mustard, greens, cloth shiny, dipped in onion dye, beet grass, trade in the markets, fish, oil, yams, coconuts, leaves of water spinach, leaves of pure water cucumbers, pickled, walking back and forth along the stalls, cloth bleached to ivory, argument from stall to stall, disgusted and delighted in the market. Oh, the worldwide arms trade, the trade in women's bodies, the slave trade, slaughter, oranges coming in from the country in one basket on the long pole, coconuts in the other, on the shoulders of women, walking, knees slightly bent, scuffing, stumbling along the road, bringing rice into the city, hoisting the bundles of dry mangrove for repair of the household trade in the markets, on the women's backs and shoulders, yams, sometimes peanuts. Oh, the slave trade, the trade in the bodies of women, the worldwide, unending arms trade, everywhere, man-made slaughter. In Montpelier, Vermont. In Montpelier this morning, all the men wear beards. This is wise in February. They are not wearing them for warmth. Some are bald and hatless. Many are going to a particular place with address books in their hands. They are looking at the numbers above doors. Others are just strolling down the sunny street at 8 a.m. They heard the radio say, "A glorious day, a glorious day." There will be snow on all the hillsides. The roads are being plowed as we speak. It is cold, as February must be, but our generous friend, the sun, will be seen everywhere.